long has this power seen fit to hide in shadow, but now it is time for them to awaken, shattering our expectations and perceptions of reality. We've been told this power can be ours to command. The only thing that stands in our way is... Whoa! How much do these things cost? How much do they generate so that we can buy all this stuff? What? Welcome to Mac and Mo Gaming, where we love games, be they big budget titles, retro games, or even mobile gaming. And today we're talking about the life-sucking black hole that is Dragonvale. And if you've been playing this game for a while, then your reaction to the Rift announcement might have been similar to mine, and it seems like I was not alone, as this sentiment was shared across a good bit of the Dragonvale community, with people wanting to leave the game due to such a big change. Well, I'm here today to help clear the fog and show how with proper planning, the Rift is actually one of the most fantastic additions in the entire game. And I'll break it down for you into 3 easy steps that will help you get from barely being able to get by to becoming a dragon mogul where you're cranking out epics left and right. But before we do, be sure to throw a subscribe and a like our way. We are happy to have you here, and if this helps you unlock the secrets of the Rift, share it with your friends. We would definitely love the support. Now let's dive on in. Step 1. A wise man once said, "If you gave me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I will spend the first 4 sharpening my axe." You might have heard of him, Abraham Lincoln. And it's that mindset of preparing yourself first that's going to set you up for success. One of the biggest challenges to overcome is understanding exactly what the Rift is designed to be. There are 2 factors to this preparation, and the first one is the mindset. As you can see, the cost for leveling just 1 dragon is drastically more expensive than your typical non-traded one. So the most important thing to understand about the Rift is that it's endgame. It's designed to be a slow burn. It's supposed to take a while. Our goal today is to shorten that time as quickly as we can so that you can enjoy that ultimate prize. The ability to go for that limited dragon whenever you want, even the ones that aren't currently available. The last part in getting the proper mindset is to know the strategy I'm going to recommend is very much function over form, meaning that you're going to be going for max efficiency. My wife doesn't particularly care for this strategy because, well...
it's not pretty!
Yes, your Rift may have more of a factory look rather than the well-manicured grass of the Mushroom Kingdom. But know that this isn't a dragon slave labor camp. They're just very well cared for employees. The second factor to prepping for the Rift is knowing what tools you're going to need. You want to make sure that you have most, if not all, of the things on this list so that you can maximize your time. First and foremost are the treateries. You're going to need friends who have these. They allow you to receive and send up to 6 treats every day if you have both, and you receive more the higher level you are. At max level, you can expect to get over 600,000 treats per friend that gifts you. This is vital to your chance as it alleviates the #1 complaint people have about the Rift, that it costs so much to level your dragons. There is a third treatery that you want to have as well because it gives a daily reward of 200,000 treats at max level. You'll also want to focus on getting the newest legendary dragons, Tiamat and Bahamut, as these guys will hopefully grant you a decent amount of freebie levels while you're getting your Rift going. However, don't get your hopes up too high as these guys are notorious for being particularly stingy. These other 2 are not strictly necessary, but every little bit helps. The Relic and Monument of the Epics. These allow you to level your epic dragons to level 20 when you have both. And higher level dragons means more gold means more food, and more food means higher level Rift dragons, which means more Ethereum. Now that you're prepped and ready, let's get our plan into action. You'll notice at the beginning of your Rift journey, everything costs a lot and your Ethereum income is a trickle at best. Your main goal, your prime directive if you will, is Ethereum generation. Everything we're going to do from here on out is with that in mind. First up, you're going to need more dragons than what you started out with. I highly recommend using the breeding cave up until it requires 1,000 Ethereum. That comes out to 4 chances every day. Here's the kicker though. You want to keep any and all dragons that have a Rift trait. Yes, you're going to get a lot of duplicates, but that is a small price to pay for when you're raking in all that Ethereum later. I'll leave up on the screen now what Rift dragons you can be going for and the recommended pairs to get them. Just pick one and keep all your Rift traded fails. Now as far as leveling your dragons, since they all earn the same amount being 1 Ethereum per level, you want to grow all your dragons evenly. For example, you'll earn more when you have 4 level 5 dragons as opposed to 1 beefy one at level 17. So, depending on your food income, it's best to level them to around 8 to 10, but no higher. This is important because at that point the food cost is so high that it is most efficient to level them either by the legendary dragons or by using Ethereum, which is an awesome option, but you should only start doing that once you've collected all 40 islands. It's like the saying goes, it takes money to make money. Same thing here. Invest all your Ethereum early game into getting more islands. Speaking of which, while you're growing the ranks of your Rift army, you'll see that you're going to need to start adding more islands so that you can actually hold more. You'll eventually hit diminishing returns, so I recommend buying and upgrading islands to level 3 until you have around 13 to 16 islands in your Rift. At that point, you need to start upgrading every island to level 5, and then adding and maxing 1 island at a time. That way, you don't have to check your phone every 15 minutes. But really, who am I kidding? We all already do that anyway. Another good thing to keep in the back of your mind is the new buildings you'll get in your Rift. There are 2, and you'll need both to get a better chance at getting the rares here. I won't go into full depth on this, but here's a graph that was made, credit to the makers here. Essentially, there are 5 patterns that are randomly distributed when you get your Rift. For instance, if you find one building here, that means the other building is located here. A good start would be to clear out this ether first, and then move on down the line if you don't see it right away. The last thing I want to touch on is the Airship Dock that you'll get. These rewards aren't super fantastic, and I highly recommend avoiding any of the costly options. Me personally, I just send in the small amount of food and maybe the dragon if it's a low money earner. Although I have heard this is an excellent thing to be used for a leveling option, but again, we're working with endgame content here, so experience is not high on our list of priorities. Now at this point, I probably sound like a broken record, but it's important to drive this message home. This is all endgame content, and following this plan will take time, but the results are more than worth it. Once you have a steady stream of 40 maxed out islands, pulling in 8,000 Ethereum every couple of hours, you can enjoy essentially the bring and back event all year round, minus the newest dragons at the time. Meaning that elusive rare dragon that only pops up 1 month out of the freaking year, you have several chances a day to now earn. That's a game changer for not only getting every dragon in the game, but even for you diehards out there who are determined to get the truly endgame task of getting every dragon and its twin, this strategy is essentially a no-brainer. Now these prices aren't stagnant, meaning the cost will go up the more you buy. But the good news is, it's specific to each type, so if you buy a epic egg, only the epic price goes up. This means if you focus on getting all the gem dragons first, your epic dragons will still be at that low starting price. And there you go. That's my strategy to building an effective Rift farm. After a rough start, I am glad this feature was added to the game. It beats any pay-to-win system I've ever seen. I am so glad Dragonvale has no pay-to-win options. Oh, come on! Thank you so much for stopping by and watching our video. Did these tips help you out? Or were you already a Rift expert? If so, that's awesome. please leave a like and comment below if we missed anything or if you have any additional tips. And most importantly, spread the word by sharing this video with your friends. We hope that your time spent with us has been helpful and fun. If so, please feel free to subscribe. We love having you here and look forward to seeing you again. As a brand new channel, you can expect Let's Plays, tutorials, and maybe even a review thrown in there. We look forward to seeing you guys again. Take care.